Welcome my people to a new video from sieteonline.com. Today I am going to tell you my experience with 3 weeks of using DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. The first thing is that I don't understand why this version would be called Pro. I was checking everything the 4 version does and I don't see a reason why we call it 5 Pro. This is clearly just Mars. As we already saw in the unboxing, this camera comes practically the same as the previous versions. USB cable, quick install magnetic base protection frame, and an adhesive base. Both screens are 100% functional. We don't have to turn the camera to change settings while using our camera, and this sits on one of our stands. Okay, I have a compilation of videos. What am I going to show here next?
Alright my people, this is a test. You have to walk. I have the sun back there, you can see. The idea of this test is for you to listen to the audio from the camera. I'm walking, but I've been walking for a while now. Listen to the camera audio. The camera pointing at me and the camera audio pointing forward. There I am recording with the ultra wide dose .7K at 30 FPS. I'm doing the test at 30 because I honestly didn't realize I was at 30. I regularly recorded at a minimum of 60, and there it is also to the test. The stabilization at rock steady. Now I'm going to change him. I'm going to change it now to a wide angle so you can see the difference. Okay, there I am in angle wide. Hopefully you can see the difference. I get closer, I get away. Angle wide, the sun. How does it behave? Light change. I have the sun behind me. That makes a good test. Angle wide is recording. With the camera pointing at me, and now with the camera pointing forward, it no longer owes you more or less how wide stabilization behaves. I have the normal rock steady, nothing out of this world. Okay, their stabilization continues rock steady. I'm not trying rock steady dock because it's not needed on this one right now. And there it is in D-warp, I mean that. Take the wide recording and fix the corners so that it doesn't look a little distorted. That's why it's the same if you want the behavior of the camera. You hear the audio looking towards me, and again the audio. When I'm looking forward, I remind you that I'm recording here at 2.7K at 30 FPS. Sorry, there they are.
For our tests, we'll do a little cycling first. I shot this video at 1080p 60 FPS with Rockstar. I have decided to make it that way because I had no external memory. I used the available 47GB memory that this camera includes and was looking to consume as little external memory as possible. Now let's try the next function called time-lapse. I have decided to leave the camera fixed for 1 hour, which creates a video of at least 40 seconds. The setup I read is called sunset, which takes pictures every 3 seconds for 1 hour at 1080p resolution, at 30 GPSI with the wide-angle lens.
I saw my people at newvideoonline.com. We are doing the test here. I am going to do the hyperlapse test on the Osmo Asian 5 Pro. I went to an area a little far from home. Remember, what the hyperlapse does is it takes images every X number of seconds and chains it into a single video. The difference between the hyperlapse and the
time lapse.
is that the hyperlapse, the camera is in motion, and in the time lapse,
The camera is
fixed in one place. So to make the hyperlapse in motion, I just installed this bracket here in my vehicle. Here it is. So I put this on him as a safety because in case he falls, this is one of the stands DJI comes with.
in the modifications.
And here I have our magnetic holder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my camera here. So I'm going to put my camera there. Well, there is a good fit below. Well, so here I'm going to put my camera to make my hyperlapse. So for the hyperlapse, I turn on the camera here. Well, here, so that it looks more or less good, I'm going to come to the menu here. Sorry, I'm going to come here and I'm going to put time lapse here in the options. I gave it up. Okay, I can change between time lapse and hyperlapse here. I'm going to put hyperlapse and I'm going to move here Aquis 30 wide auto. Can I put auto? And I can change the enter. Let me see. I can only use the enter. Yes, I can use the ultra way. That's the one I'm going to use. So I'm going to take the ultra way, hyperlapse, then I pay here. It says the video will be 1080 at 30 FPS 1080. Okay, can I raise the resolution more? Can I raise the I'm gonna put it 2.7, okay? And there, if I have my hyperlapse configured 2.7K compared to FPS automatic ultra wire. They mean that he defines how quickly he's going to take the images and then close the car door. But we have an idea of what the hyperlapse is going to look like. And it's better for me to turn the camera back a little more so that it captures a little more. So that it captures a little more of the outside. I'm going to put it here, and I think that's where I have my hyperlapse ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start the vehicle and the camera will record. There he is recording. Let's see how it goes. There it is. What? That's 43 seconds of time lapse from here to the screen, and I'm going to stop the recording.
Right now,
There it is then.
these cameras now bring a noise reduction mode that considerably improves our audio recordings. It's good to remember that this camera now includes a 4nm processor, which helps considerably in user interface fluidity, warming up, and even audio processing improvements.
Who told it here? My people are here. We're going to do the audio test now with the rear microphone and the front microphone, and I'm going to set the camera to noise reduction. normal noise reduction. And let's see how the audio comes out in front, how the audio comes out behind. And there is the camera pointing in front of me. I'm going to start recording and we're going to see how the video turns out with the camera pointing at me. Testing, testing. Here I am doing the test with the camera pointed at me, an iOS Motion 5 Pro.
I'm in a place.
Relatively quiet, but there's a lot of rush today, so that's test number 1. Now we are going to change the camera so that the camera is looking backwards. That is looking, but looking forward. Well, the camera is the same there. Same setup, 2.7K 60 FPS. The camera is looking forward, and I'm going to go through exactly the same place I went through so you guys can identify the noise, and there it is fine. One of the tests I am going to do is audio with reduction and no noise reduction, or K audio with reduction and no noise reduction. So for this I come here, I give it to video, I'm already on video, I give it to the options here and see where the microphone says there, normal stereo standard reduction. I'm going to put reduction off, and everything you saw and heard until now, it was with standard reduction. And I'm going to put reduction off and let's see how it goes. Look, here I'm recording the same breeze, the same path where I've been doing my tests. Now I'm riding my bike, obviously, but there you can see. I'm going to come up here. I'm listening for all the dry leaves to cause noise. I'm also going to give a quick yes so that the wind can help me there. There I am, walking through all the leaves. Noise reduction, noise reduction. Now we're going to put the noise reduction to maximum. I got maximum noise reduction around here. It's still the same rush, if you can see it here, but it's still the same laughs. Let's go through the leaves now. There I just crossed things again. I follow the same path trying, and here is the test. Noise reduction off. Come here, I have maximum noise reduction and the camera pointing forward, and we are now going to enter a street. So that you can see where vehicles frequent, so that you can see more or less how much it reduces. I don't know if you noticed, but they're a fine wind. All right then. There's the proof.
DJI has included a subject tracking mode in this action camera. It now intelligently detects subject position and dynamically adjusts to composition. Keep the subject centered in each image when shooting horizontally or vertically. In theory, the camera takes a horizontal image and makes a vertical crop of it. Here is an example of how it works, and here. Will we see the final shot then?
Well, one of the modes I wanted to try is the tracking mode. There I am recording it in tracking mode. If I move here, it follows me without any problem there. I'm even stepping out of the camera angle and it stays without any problem following me. No, I don't know how far he can go if I get out of here. If interesting, the tracking mode looks very good, and I hope that the video here has been released.
Well, now, talking briefly about the photographic experience, we have a 1-inch sensor with 2.8D aperture that already promises 4 times more clarity in photos than the previous generation, and this time reaches the resolution of 40 megapixels. I like what I have been able to see so far, although let's remember that these cameras are not for the photography public.
What I'm going to do now, the next test I'm going to do now, is I'm going to put the camera, but in slow motion. To put it in slow motion, I'm going to leave this road, which is a little rustic. I'm going to put myself somewhere where I can go faster. I put it in slow motion, and let's see how I record in slow motion then. The setting I'm going to use for slow motion is the following. It's going to come here to the menu again. I'm going to put slow motion. Okay. Here in slow motion, I have 1080p 8x 240 FPS. So I'm going to put 4x 120 FPS. So I can't go ultra white. Am I going to stay white then? Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna put the camera still on record. I'm gonna put it on record when I'm in a place where I can put it, where I can drive a little bit faster.
And to finish my testing, we will try the Super Night mode, which uses noise reduction algorithms from eye to eye to get sharper, cleaner images in ultra low light conditions. To be honest, I haven't been able to find any noticeable differences between recording with Super Night and without the Super Night active.
And this is the corner that brings here, in the darkest corner there is. I honestly don't see any improvement between the Super Night mode and the normal mode. May not be as dark as it should be as possible. But I don't see any absolute improvement.
These have been my tests, and I must say that I really like this camera. Was going from the Osmo 1 to the 5 a good idea? It's a big difference, and having such a portable and versatile, above all reliable recording device has been an even better idea. The improvement in the lens on the battery, which is now 1950 milliamps, and the ruggedness this camera offers definitely leaves me with the impression that this is the best camera on the market. The improvement in software and stabilization is noticeable, also costing less than the competition, only $379 and offering many more functions. We clearly have a great competitor. If you like the video or have questions, please like and share if you think it can help someone else. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos of this type. Until next time.